What's going on, guys? It's your friendly neighborhood T2RX6 here, the resident editor of Shattercast Uncut, your source for getting a new podcast every Thursday night / Friday morning. Unfortunately, I ran into some technical difficulties here that only in editing am I noticing. Apparently, the recorder failed to record the intro to the show. Third-party news through the end is all there. But unfortunately, introductions, which is everybody but Bobby this week, and what we got this week, were cut out. We will do what we got this week in next week's show, just so you know what we got. And the only other thing that got cut is ROC is, of course, doing their toy drive. You can donate to it. You can send something. You can bring it to TFCon 2020, which is in 3 weeks now, I believe. Any of those options are great. Really, come on out, support those guys, bring something to a kid's life, and, hopefully next week we won't have any technical difficulties for episode 300. So we're going to get right to the intro music, and we're going right into third-party news when it's over. So let's cue that intro music.
Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock friend.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Nailed it.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
Shardouts. A to B.
Is that you?
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on it.
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
So this is their countdown, right? I mean, it's just a remold of their whatever the hell he's called, the G.I. Joe Optimus Prime.
Don't you have him?
STD Commander. Yeah, it's a great toy. It's a fantastic Optimus Prime. I guess it's a passable countdown, but like, I don't know, who needs this? Like, it's mostly the same color as Prime anyway, with a big missile.
That is a big missile. Is this just like an add-on kit, or is this a whole new?
It's a whole new toy.
Oh, I thought it was just an add-on kit.
Nope. They said, hey, you already bought this toy in this color already. Buy it again if you really want. But like, is anyone really into Countdown that much that they're like, hells yeah, I'm getting this Countdown? I don't know.
I mean, well, I would say that about the first one they released, but that was actually a niche thing, a really cool thing with the G.I. Joe and kind of Transformer mix-up.
Yeah.
Countdown thing.
Why does he have a tampon? What's the tampon?
What, where the missile on his shoulder?
He's standing. He's doing like a kneeling pose. He's holding a tampon.
I don't see it. I'm not sure. Oh, because
I don't even know who Countdown is.
He's a Micromaster.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this was the... Oh, okay. They were teasing this. They blurred out the missile thing. So this is what... Okay.
Yeah. So the only thing that's interesting is that the big missile that goes on the back, like, kind of opens up and does its own thing. But, like, really, like you said, Matt, like, why isn't this just an add-on kit? Like, just make the missile, make the head, and, release it for, like, $30, something like that.
I thought that's what it was, actually, with all the pieces. At the beginning, I was like, okay, it's an add-on kit. That's pretty cool. But it's a whole new... I mean, I like the base thing. That's pretty cool. It does a lot of stuff. That's
very 5 years ago, though. We're like, oh, look at all the different modes.
Yeah. I mean, so it is a very, very good toy. Like, if you haven't messed with it, like, it is definitely... Like, it's heavy. It has, like a powered armor mode. It has a, like, trimmed down Prime mode, which doesn't look all that much different from the armored one, which makes it super difficult to figure out what you're supposed to do in the instructions. But it is awesome. Like, it's a really, really good mold. What they should have done, in my opinion, they did too little. Countdown is the obvious thing to do with this because, as Countdown, it's like we switch out the missile and we make it transform just a little, and we're good. We're done. And that's stupid to me. What they should have done is added more pieces and turned it into a pyro. Because Optimus Prime, or like the whole pyro thing is like he's impersonating Optimus Prime, right? Like that's what pyro did. So you can already reuse the Optimus Prime head. Maybe you put different color plastic in the eyes or something like that, and then you give him like a trailer to turn it into kind of the fire truck instead of the missile truck. Oh my God! Like I bought the Optimus Prime version because I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna display this as Optimus Prime. This is my shelf's pyro, like, and I have no regrets on it. Like, it's a fantastic toy. If they officially did it as pyro, I'd consider it. But like to just the low hanging fruit is what's his name? Countdown. And like, who gives a flying fuck about Countdown? You know?
Do you think anybody else is gonna do a countdown? Or do you think this is the final countdown?
Yeah, it's not the unfortunately, it's not the final countdown because I'm pretty sure one's coming with this new Hasbro stuff too. So
it's the final. Okay.
I have to say that if you play with your Transformers, like if you do anything, this looks like it could be a lot of fun. I mean, there's a lot of playability factors in this with the base and everything. So if you're going for that angle, this might not be for you.
And that's true, Matt. But then like just get the Prime. Like honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah.
But I think you'd like this, Justin. I think you'd like playing with this because you get to play with your low-hanging fruit.
You know how I like to play with the low-hanging fruit. So.
Yep, the banana and the walnuts.
Yeah, but for anyone out there, like if you were looking for that like one purchase at TFCon this year, like, but like you don't know what you want, like this is a good purchase because like it is a lot of fun. It's the
countdown or the Prime though.
The Prime. I mean, okay. So from my understanding, like let me qualify this a little. I've heard the green version of the mold has problems. I backed out of my pre-order on the green one and just went with the red because the green one was taking forever to show up. And I'm happy I did. I think it looks fine in red. But just be aware if you do the green, I think there's some plastic issues with some of the, like around the missiles or something like that. Something is likely to crack. I don't know if it's been fixed or not, but red one is solid. So.
Oh, Justin, we already got a Hasbro countdown.
Yep, we did. Well, we did a couple years ago.
No, the Micromaster. That's the Micromaster that comes with the Mega.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right.
This might be the final countdown.
This might be the final countdown. So
you don't need this countdown here. I got the small one. Man.
Well, this could be Countdown's base then.
Oh, it could be.
This could be
playability.
No, wait.
Factor, man.
The base was Countdown, and the vehicle was Scout vehicle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what? No, the little guy was Countdown.
Yes, he's like the little. He was like a little
red car. Yeah,
so red thing.
Yeah, so we did get a countdown with
Omega. Yeah.
This is the final. Okay. Next up, Iron Factory Alkid. Alkid, you kid. The final.
I got this guy coming to me.
Me too.
I got him in Bulance, the first A from Generation Toys.
Where are you getting this coming from?
Mr. Terry Wong.
I got mine coming from Tony Chi at Robo Toy Base.
The Iron Factory guy or the?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't know you were in on the Generations Toys thing.
No, I am though. I might as well finish them.
It's gonna be cool. I don't think I'm gonna combine them. I really don't. I saw that.
I don't think you do. I don't think you need to. I mean, I think the combined form is just a little, cherry on top. And I think these separately they're really awesome.
Yeah, it just seems like an unnecessary gimmick, unnecessary engineering.
Yeah.
I don't know what sacrifice for them to be able to do that, but I don't know whose bright idea that was. But
yeah,
if it added to the cost, it's bullshit. If it added to the cost, it's bullshit. If it took away from some of the engineering, that's bullshit. Well, it didn't need to do that.
So far, the ones that are out, there's no engineering sacrifice, but the ones that are out don't really fucking do anything.
Yeah, the two They form guns.
And then Tarn sits in a harness.
Yeah.
Clips on one of these two.
Basically, these last two guys are coming there. They're going to be the main, body of him and everything. So.
Yeah, that's a pointless. They're cool. They're cool little figures. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that combined mode is.
Jump on them too, man. Our factory's like fan stories, man. If you don't get some of their stuff, you're gonna be paying some taxes.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking just looking online at some shops. Like Tony has some, carryover stuff. Like the Lambos are like $100 and something for the two.
Starscream was $200 on eBay.
Crazy.
He was going up for $200. I was like, Jesus Christ!
I can't believe the value on these.
Is it really a value though, or is it a markup? I mean, like, do you really think they're worth $200?
No. No, but I mean, you know what? If I didn't have them and I really wanted them really bad, would I pay for it? I mean, I guess.
I don't know. I might have to call Delisa and have an intervention with you.
Intervention. You know how much money this man wastes? Oh my God. She's like, I can't tell. I'm black and blue with his paychecks.
I'd be like, Scarlett, get the checkbook. Get the ledger.
You don't write checks anymore?
I was just thinking that I don't even have checks. I think Kit's got some checks.
I got checks, but I can't remember the last time you wrote a check.
What do you have on your checks?
Gator.
Oh, and then we have MMC Mors. Look at that.
So I did that.
Which one is more accurate, the Iron Factory or the MMC?
I don't know. I have to look at the comment. I don't know.
Greg?
They both look
I'm
the same.
looking. Hold on, I'm trying to open them both up. The colors are different.
Yeah. And which captures the spirit more?
The spirit of the DJD?
Of that figure, yeah, the character.
That would be the Iron Factory.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, well, you said the spirit.
Yeah, the spirit. What invokes the spirit of him more?
Because that team's called the Spirits of the...
That was a good one. I like that.
Let's see, what is he? What's his
What's his real name?
What's his court name?
Robot arms with little teeny tiny robot arms?
I just keep thinking about that scene from X-Men First Class. I'm just like, no, your real name. Or no, your real form.
The Iron Factory looks more ape-like.
What's his name? What's his actual name? Is that
Or his cores?
Helix?
No.
I think so. Sounds right.
Helix is the. I'm pretty sure Helix is the one with the big X on his face, but we'll check.
Helix.
Not to be confused with Felix.
I'm pulling up the wiki just to make sure I know who's who.
So the MMC has skinnier thighs.
No, that's Helix.
Legs.
Nice.
Iron Factory's chunk everywhere.
Oh, I think the MMC. I'm gonna have to give it to the MMC. It's almost like, you know what? It's almost like the robot mode. Like the details were designed by the same person here.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? How MMC always does that.
Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. What's
no,
next?
I don't know if that's... Wait, what did Matt do? What did I miss?
I don't know. I did.
About 300 episodes ago.
Oh.
All right.
Oh! Ha ha!
So what's next?
This guy designed Matt's arms on his tummy. I would love it if he had a faceplate that came off and it was Matt's face underneath.
Like Quado?
Like Quado. All right, Justin said, "What's next?"
Yep, let's move on.
I'm not getting. Anybody getting this? The MMC? Who's getting it though?
I am, because I already got the other ones. I might as well get this one too.
Justin?
Nope.
Greg?
I'm not getting it then.
I have Coulter and I have Voss, and I'm out. And I love MSC's product, but it just has no place for me. I can handle Iron Factory because that takes up a lot less room. But
for me, it's just I don't really have any draw to the characters. I read a little of the comics with them in it, and it was like fun, but like I'm not actively reading any of the IDW stuff, so it's like I had whatever the sniper rifle was. I had the electric chair, and then I was just like, why?
I had that one too.
Yeah, like why am I buying these things? Like I'm not really. I don't have attachment to the character, so I just turned around and sold them. You know.
You just had a moment. It's basically a moment in your comics, and you're like, okay, it's a good part in the comics, but you're like,
I think the resale value is preserved.
Yeah.
You know, I have
Like-
those three. Yeah.
Like for the same reason, like I don't go out of my way collecting like the Wreckers characters for the most part. You know, like if I can find like a good, you know, kind of like a G1 representation of them. Like I like the Fanshobby Overlord. Like he is not Last Stand of the Wreckers Overlord. You know, but you know, like that's my preferred way. Like it's G1, and like I'll get the little, like I'll have my Wrecker crew standing together, but I want them to look G1 Wrecker crew that didn't exist, you know, versus the comic for myself personally. So
But really-
just my taste.
If you like Fanshobby Overlord, you're gonna love their Godbomber.
oh, segue.
Oh.
Good job.
Fanshobby Godbomber color samples.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You know, I'm excited to check it out. So I like their Prime, even though he's a nightmare to transform without breaking anything. So I'm in on this. I think it'll be
I wait for
interesting.
their Minerva. I want the Minerva to come out.
Ooh, Minerva. Oh, the
Was-
nerds got all excited. when that
Definitely
was-
a Minerva.
I'm rusty on my Marvel
Trombone.
comics, but
Rusty Trombone.
did Godbomber, or I guess the Apex, like there wasn't a robot mode for that, for the Apex armor and the Marvel comics, was there? This was
I think it was
totally
trailer,
a
wasn't it?
Japanese. But yeah, but like the robot mode, that's totally a Japanese thing, right?
Yeah, I think that was only from the
Yeah,
cartoon.
that's what I thought.
It does look good. I mean, I have to say it looks good. I mean, I have no draw to a Godbomber, but it does look pretty good.
It's not a G1 style Godbomber if it doesn't fall apart.
That's true. It
Every
needs to
time you walk by
explode,
it.
and you need to lose pieces.
I do like how he can, you know, grab onto his missile launcher and everything. That's pretty cool. I like if you have a cannon, like a side cannon or whatever. I like that when you can hold it like that. That's
The only
wonder
thing
if
that
there's a s-
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
Oh no! I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a sword in that rocket.
Ooh.
The only thing I was gonna say, the only thing that stands out to me that I don't really care for is I feel like the head is just a little small looking on the body. Like it's
He does
such a
have a broad
wide
chest.
body, and the head looks
Yeah.
just a little small.
It's got a broad chest.
Yeah.
Godbomber.
Yeah, that looks good. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Did you get their Power Master Prime?
yes.
Yeah. So
So I might have to get this. Then.
yeah, I'm in on it just because I got that. Like I don't have a huge draw to God Bomber either, but it's like it kind of completes the Power Master Prime. So
I think I have that.
yeah, fan top.
I don't know. Did MMC do one?
Make Toys did a little one.
And Fanshobby does some really good stuff. I love their monster bots. I have their the G2 Prime and the Scourge, everything. So I mean, I have quite a few of their releases and everything. So they do make a good product. So I'm sure this will be a good product also.
My Power Master Prime comes up to
He's a big
Phoenix's
fella,
shoulder.
man. He's a big fella.
Is that Make Toys or is that Fanshobby?
Yeah, I
That's
think it's Make
Fanshobby.
Toys.
No, I think that's
Are you
Fanshobby.
sure?
Yeah, if it comes up to Phoenix's shoulder, because
He's a big guy.
Yeah, you're right. Phoenix's shoulder. That would be right because that he sits about MP Ultra Magnus height.
Yeah, I got the Make Toys Nemesis one. That's the Make Toys. It's small.
yeah, because the core bot, like not the Power Master bot, but the core Optimus of that is legend size.
Yeah, Legends. Yeah.
That's a
yeah.
beautiful figure, that Fanshobby Power Master Prime. That's something I'm proud to have on a shelf. You know, it's
It is.
a
It's a good
display
figure.
piece.
It's got a good presence. It's a yeah.
You know who else
Like I
has
said,
good
Fanshobby
presence?
does make some good stuff. I mean, I wish they would make some more stuff.
What's this? Nako, Make, Bumblebee, Starscream.
Man, this thing, I want this.
Yeah, we were
What is
talking
this?
about that earlier. We don't really know a whole lot about it. We were talking about this earlier.
And when you mentioned that it would go with 3A stuff, I can see it because I'm looking through the pictures. It's really nicely detailed and everything. So yeah, this could definitely go with 3A. if it's the high, if it's scale wise.
I like the picture they have with him standing on the MPB,
Bumblebee?
which you can just see how big this is compared to the MPB. It's just like the whole mixed match of aesthetics and stuff is just it makes me laugh. So
I know it's just weird looking, but I want it so bad.
It's got little hands.
He does got teeny tiny hands.
Oh, he's got that Takara Conehead syndrome.
He has a duty coming out of his butt. Look at the back view. He's got one in the chamber.
Who doesn't have?
Does he
like
have
having
different
one changer?
faces, or
Look
is
at
that
the rear
same
view.
one?
I think I've only seen the one face on it. He's got the kind of, no, he's got two. He's got one like a resting, like a pause face, like he doesn't have any expression.
Face, and he has
No, it's just a blank stare look, and then he's got one like he's getting shot at. The first picture that comes up is like he's scared or something.
Oh yeah, I see the.
But it just, I don't know, man. It looks the details throughout the arm and the chest and the abdomen. It just looks really good. The legs.
Looks like it was laundry day at the old Gundam factory.
this guy's got the wrong bra. He's got those things squished together.
I hope I can get this. I don't know
Lift and
how I'm
separate,
gonna get it.
friend.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, given what it's going for, like I think this is pretty cool.
And what's the
Hit me
price?
up if anybody knows anything about this Starscream. Hit me up. I want to get this.
What's the
I don't know
price?
what the price is. I don't know what.
We'll just click on the. I linked it straight from the page of the guy that's carrying them. I'm sure you can ask him some questions.
No.
You know what's interesting? He's listed at SSCR02 Classic Reborn. I may be wrong, but I don't feel like the Bumblebee movie is a classic.
No, they're doing the extra G1 characters in the Bumblebee movie style.
So they're saying the G1 classic character reborn in the new movie style. I gotcha.
Give B time. Give B about 2 more years. It'll be a classic.
Hey Matt.
Hey, what?
Hasbro news.
Yay!
World of 3A DLX Optimus Prime.
Fuck yes. God.
I like a spine.
This thing's a beaut, Clark.
So this is 3A, correct? I mean,
yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, they make some good shit, man. This Prime is going to be.
What's the heft on these 3A products?
Blitzwing is pretty good. Blitzwing has diecast all throughout the legs, I want to say, and like the skeleton part, and it's got plastic on top of it, and he's got a good weight to him. I don't want to say like good weight like a Fans Toys Motor Master or something like that, but it does have some good weight to him.
He's just really patient. Hey, so what's the price on that 3A Blitzwing?
It was $200. So Prime will probably be around
500.
180, 160, I think.
Where'd you get yours from?
Shilzy store.
Oh.
So maybe he may be more over here. But
Man,
over there,
so China actually ships your shit? Because I'm still waiting on all my Chinese stuff.
Yeah, I was talking to Terry. They're having a holiday
raid
from the 7th, I think. He was going to mail out that Iron Factory DJD and the Bulance, but he said it might not make it out until like the 7th. So they are holiday over there.
He better work on his throwing arm because he's got a decent bit of my money right now.
All right. So that's interesting. That's very pretty. There's another.
Yes. So if you're going through a Big Bad Toy Store, the Optimus is $189, so it's the same price as the Blitzwing.
Okay.
And then Little B was $144.
Blitzwing was about to the top of his wings was about a foot. He's 12 inches.
Wow.
So
this Prime, they stand. The next link, they have him standing up next to MP10.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Oh, did they? Oh, is he? Okay, hold on. I didn't see that.
He's so shinny.
Yeah, so $199 was the MSRP. You were right, Matt. 200.
So Prime's 9 inches. That's like the top those smokestacks can be 12 inches.
Yeah, Yeah, he's a big fella. Okay.
Maybe
Moving
I'll
next.
All right, what's next?
Looks beautiful.
Generation Select Star Convoy.
I think he's almost come out. I think we were seeing this. We don't have to talk about him.
Please, no. What? What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it's still up for pre-order, but yeah, I mean we talked about it. These are just more pictures of it.
I think they've actually shown it in box pics too. I think it's really almost a ship. I think.
Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about it, so I don't know if anybody is excited.
So follow the first link and then go to the pictures where it says +13. And let's see. I'm not sure which
First
number
link?
to skip to, but you'll see the truck on like a side view.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Got a whole lot of tabs open right now.
Jesus Christ, it's taking forever.
Ooh. Yubba. Whoa.
I had complaints about the MP44 distance between the trailer, and then I'm like, whoa, this is pretty bad.
It looks like Pac-Man in the back of the cab.
Oh, it looks like it hurts him to transform. They just have the arms folded behind him. They're like, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, this is a retool of the Powder Primes. So I didn't really like that one that much. A lot of people do, but
what's this retailing for?
50, 60, maybe. It's a Generation Select, so it's around.
I want to say 75.
I'm gonna get some hate from this one. I'm gonna get some hate from some of our more
hateful people.
No, our more PC people. But what special needs child poked his eyes out with a shortened smokestack? So I had to go to the picture of Prime from the back.
Yeah, look at that. The cab like folds on his back.
Yeah, this thing looks fucking terrible.
Oh, I didn't know.
Man, he's got like horse trailer doors on the back of the trailer.
Okay.
Is there a bull gonna fly out of there?
Robert, from the horse trailer doors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I saw that picture, and man, I just someone took the time to pose this and like that looks good. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It looks like a piece of cardboard.
I'm glad I didn't get this one.
DX9 must have designed this.
Where is DX9? We haven't heard shit from them in a while.
DX9's in a box to me coming tomorrow.
I actually like some of DX9 stuff. I wish they'd make a comeback and release some
stuff. Is this a Halloween costume?
Could be. Remember that trash bag you have to wear you wore that plastic mask and you were always hot and sweaty at the end of the night?
You talking about TFCon?
Exactly.
Do you remember those Halloween costumes where it was like a big balloon, like you wore it over your head, and it was like a hood on your head, and then on top of your head was a giant balloon? Like it would be a vampire, a ghost. You don't remember that? Somebody will.
I just remember the plastic like trash bag you wore. Like I was He-Man one year, and I had the He-Man mask with a little rubber band that goes around your head.
So you wore just a white trash bag and called yourself.
Yeah, that's what my mom did. But yeah, I remember it was so hot. I mean, just sweating in that fucking trash bag, fucking Halloween suit. What we got next?
God. I don't think this has one redeeming angle.
No, this is real bad.
I
mean, this is the type of toy that it has to be combined in the Star Convoy robot mode to really give a crap about it. And then like, it's so far departed from the actual Star Convoy mold. Like it's like who's into this? Like I don't get it. Like I don't know.
And the thing is that Generation Selects have been really putting out some decent stuff too. So that's one there.
That shot with the backpack, and he's standing there with his hands on his hips. He's like, what backpack?
I don't know. Everybody has backpacks. It's fine. Except for Fanshobby's breakdown. He didn't have a backpack.
Breakdown.
Shakedown.
Pretty amazing. All right. Generation Selects Overbite and Tentakil.
Tentakil. Selects. These are selling out. I missed out on these too, but some of these are selling out on Pulse.
I
These
think
still-
I was just kind of thinking to myself actually there, but and thinking out loud, but mainly think to myself. I think the alt modes on these look pretty good.
Yeah, I think the single modes are good. If I were to get these, I would leave them definitely as that and bot modes or or alt mode. I would not combine them because they're retools of the Abominus, and I never really liked them. I liked them, when they were separate, but when combined,
I do find myself appreciating the colors on these guys. Like, I don't know, they're very colorful.
They are colorful. Yeah, they are oceany.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the vibrant colors look nice. I don't know. I like
Sticks
it.
out.
I'm not getting them, but they're aesthetically pleasing to me.
Now these look like they're hand painted, so I'm wondering if the colors are going to translate. And the only reason I say that is if you look at the picture of that's a big ass head. If you look at the picture of Tentakil in alt mode, you can see where the paint's rubbing on the hinge there.
Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I said, these are select. Usually they show a little more love. I think this is kind of like the Transformer Collector Club kind of thing that they're doing, so that they put a little more love in the select line. Just saying.
Huh. Well, good for you if you like this. I know people love the Predacons. Oh my God, the Seacons. And hopefully this makes you happy. Hope this makes you guys happy. Happy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I'm judging you. Unicron Crowdfund new bonuses.
Now we're judging.
We're judging.
That fucking comic bundle. I'm so.
What's up with Snowflake? He's really been he kicked up some dust on the Facebook.
He like doing that shit because he's a Star Wars fan.
Riled people up again. It was like ripping off a scab. Let some of that pus out from all the I guess it was quieted down, but it was still festering in people's hearts. And what's interesting is they're offering.
He made a Unicron post, didn't he? Let me go back and kick him from the cafe. I forgot all about that.
There are all these. There's a lot of butthurt in that thread. But it's what's weird to me is they're offering extras, right? What are the extras so far that we know of? Was it last week you heard about the hot rod? No, it was this week.
Yesterday. It was they got the Galvatron. They showed a little bit. They got the little hot rod. They got a clear stand for the head, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
They got the space shuttle, and they got this little comic bundle, and they gave more articulation to the hand, I think now. So
a friend of mine pointed out that the spaceship wrong color. It's not yellow. So, go ahead and make that orange spaceship. There's a picture that I've seen online next to one of the Dinobots, and the Dinobots have yellow pieces on them in the cartoon, and that spaceship should be orange.
Yep.
It might not be fine colors. You don't know.
It is.
Maybe. The other thing, one of the things, so the extra articulation on the finger, that's great and all, but I would have loved to have seen one of the things that you've done. A lot of people have complained about the folded up Doritos on his back, so why not just and here's the upgrade, here's the clip that you can just undo and it all comes off. Why not? That's a good upgrade, right? So I don't know.
Maybe it's not there though.
Maybe.
At the end of the day, the thing's a shell former. They can't change that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a planet. What else are you going to do?
Well, no, Zeta was not a shell former. That was really interesting engineering.
That's true.
I mean, that's the cheapest way to
That's still
design
coming
something.
out. The Zeta's still coming out. They'll release it eventually.
No, they're going to sell it. They'll probably sell it to someone else in 2 years.
Think so?
You know who they should sell it to?
Toy World.
Exactly.
They can sell it to Impossible Toys or whatever.
That'd be awesome. The art on this. What do you guys think of the art on this comic?
Yeah,
not Bobby's best work, but
yeah, I agree.
It's not Bobby's best work. Yeah,
this is the thing. They're you get all these digital comics. I was I don't really care.
These artsy comics.
Well, some people might care.
I know some people do, but so I don't know how many people.
But you
are
never was
familiar.
in this with us, anyways, right? I mean, you're not getting it anyway, so it's it's not.
No, I'm in on this.
Actually,
I bid on. I backed this
Sorry.
back on the first 30 days before they extended it. So
Gotcha.
back the
sorry.
hell off, Matt. I'm in on this.
I'm
I
sorry,
just
I
don't give a
forgot.
shit
I
about
thought-
some digital comics.
I thought you
If
were the only one that didn't go in. I apologize.
Look, if you guys will crowdfund, they're $100 a piece. If you'll crowdfund my deal, you'll get all these digital comics on a disc for $100.
Nice. Very nice. That's a good deal, actually.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the
Sorry,
thing. Is like in
Justin.
this digital world, like, you know, like these comics aren't exactly hard to come by if you really want them in a digital form. Like I'm someone who, if I read a comic, I like a trade paperback or, you know, the actual comic. Like I have a hard time like pulling it up on an iPad and giving a crap about reading it. So like this is just not like, it's not like, here you go, here's a bunch of comics. Like, don't care. You know, like I'm never gonna look at it. I'm sure that this like didn't cost you anything to put it out either, so I don't know.
I don't understand how Unicron's supposed to be the devourer of planets and his feet are like the size of a highway.
Yeah, well,
that's weird.
That is a grossly.
Well, they're trying to do the prom thing. The first comic. There's.
And then you've got Hot Rod can fly in alt mode apparently.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
With little guns that come out the front.
And now he has guns. Now he has nipple guns.
Mm-hmm.
It's a comic. They can do whatever they want with it.
I mean, this like Hot Rod through the air, like that reminds me of like things that I used to draw in like 4th grade when I was bored at school. So
Look at Spike. He looks like he's been through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's post-meth Spike.
Yeah. Sparkplug, apparently, what's the guy from Aerosmith? That's his dad.
Unless that's Spike and Daniel?
Oh, maybe it could be. I guess it would be. So I guess, yeah. So then Sparkplug was the guy from Aerosmith.
Sparkplug's dead.
Yeah. Of course he is. All the cocaine he's done while he was part of Aerosmith.
Or Sparkplug.
Poor Sparkplug. That's why they called him Sparkplug. Oh, there's another link. What's the other link for? Let's see.
It just shows off
just
the
a little ship
little
and stuff.
Yuck.
It's fine. I'm down with the little extra stuff. I like that they made the little headstand. Like I like that.
I hope the ship has a stand.
So, but okay. So, quick question about the headstand. I'm not getting an extra head, right?
No.
So I guess I guess I can rip off his head when he's in planet mode and put it on the stand if I want somewhere else. Otherwise, I have a stand that doesn't accommodate anything if he's in robot mode because there's no extra head. Like, if you're doing the headstand, you should include a head with, like, the broken eye and all that stuff, I feel like. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they do that with some piece of shit, like deluxe class Unicron or something at one point?
So, yes, there was the...
there was a head that came with something.
It was Transformers Prime. Goddamn. It was the like Earth Unicron thing, and like it turned into a tank, and it also turned into a head.
No. This was way back. This was like in the trilogy. One came with an extra head that was like this. Yeah. But it had like tentacles or something on it. But I mean, if they could do that
now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah, if they could do that back then, surely they could do.
Don't call me Shirley.
I mean, what you should do is like instead of giving different face plates or like chin plates, that you can give them the butt chin or no butt chin, whichever one you prefer. Yeah, he should just have a whole separate head so I can make use of this stand. So why the hell not?
Much better use of the resources. Instead of cheaping out with little teeny like Halloween handouts, just invest the effort into a nice sculpted head.
Exactly. I can't keep these little handouts in my house. Like, you know, when one of these falls off, that's a choking hazard for my children. Are you prepared to be sued, Hasbro?
This is true. And I will sue them. All right.
Sir, did you force feed your baby pieces of plastic? No, I did not. I did not do that.
So they jumped up to almost 7,000 supporters. They're just kissing 7,000 now.
Yeah, that was the UK.
That was the UK.
Oh, that was international pre-orders.
there's only 1,000 international pre-orders.
I think so.
I don't understand. What is the rationale behind limiting it to the United States and then a little bit in the UK and that's it? Why?
Well, I know with the barge that they did not want, like it was a international shipping nightmare, like trying to get it shipped. Like I know people from Australia who wanted it that were going through middlemen, and then like the size of it, they couldn't feasibly ship it without it being ridiculous. So I have to imagine that that's what limits it for this too. Probably like size and weight.
What if it's made in China?
I know. That's the crazy thing, because the barge had to have been made in China too, right? So like it's a hell of a lot closer to Australia than we are. But I don't know. Somehow that is a logistic issue. I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm losing money.
Yeah, no, I think it's a bad idea. Like Hasbro is what doesn't make sense is Hasbro is a global distributor. You know, like, come on. Like, you should be able to figure out how the hell to make that happen. Like, that shouldn't be something that, you know, people anywhere in the world that don't want to get in on this can't figure out a way to get it. Like, it doesn't make
box,
sense.
It's not as big as the barge.
Yeah. No, it's not.
This is just a little bigger than Metroplex.
Well, didn't the barge come in sections?
No, it's a big-ass box.
Yeah, it was a huge box.
Huge box, like a refrigerator box.
Mm-hmm.
Not a college refrigerator, but still a big box.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a
What
couple
about
inches bigger than
Elder
Metroplex. Oh, Matt. How about Transformers Earthrise?
What about it, man?
All right.
Oh,
Cue
new
the-
line.
Why would you pay $4,000 for MP44 when you can get this one for $50?
He looks. Prime's got like a terrified robot stuck to his forearm. He's just like, don't shoot!
With no forearm behind it, apparently.
Oh,
yeah, this is
grapple don't got a hand.
This is weird to me. Like, and I would love to. Like, I don't know, Matt. You never really answered my question when I posted this to you, because you're obviously the biggest Hasbro fan out there. But like, are you feeling any kind of fatigue in the fact that like they just constantly are going back to G1? Like, I mean, like,
No.
I feel like every year it's a reset, right? Like,
Well, it's their bread and butter. I mean, Marvel does it, DC does it, Star Wars does it, all these other brands do it. But when Transformers does it, people want to throw a fit about it. How many Spider-Mans have we gotten? How many Captain Americas? How many
Not
Thors?
enough Spider-Man.
How many Iron Mans? How many Darth Vaders? How many Batmans? How many have we gotten of all that stuff? But if Optimus Prime has been remade, then oh my God, it's a fit. I mean, it's Optimus Prime, and they're always going to use him. But every other brand does it. So I mean, I wish they Time Returns, threw in some other characters, and then other lines and everything. Siege have thrown in other characters and everything. So, but they're always going to go back to the Optimus Prime, the Bumblebee, and everything. And it is kind of tiring a little bit. I wish they would do some other stuff, but I mean, if they make it better, where more articulation, better paint, and everything, then I'm all for it. I'm gonna get this. I mean, I don't really like the trailer. I think the wheels look a little cheap on it, the back wheels and everything. But I do like the Prime itself. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's gonna be articulated. That grapple looks really good. A lot of people are impressed with grapple and everything. I like what they're doing with the MicroMaster bases and everything. I think it's pretty cool what they're doing with that. So I'm really impressed with this line. I love this line. I think they've done some really, leaps and bounds better stuff with this line, and I'm looking forward to everything they put out.
Well, look at the photo of Prime laying down in the repair bay. Mm-hmm. I think that's a tip of the hat, a nod, and a wink to the basement dweller still sleeping on his twin-size bed from when he was 5 years old.
I think the playability is awesome too, man. I mean, if you like to mess around with your Transformers, this is a great line to start doing that. So I hope I answered your question, Dustin.
No, that's fair. No, because like, I just feel like the lore, like, and you make a good point when you say like Iron Man and Spider-Man and Captain America, like, obviously, in my opinion, like especially with like X-Men and things like that, like get them from different comics, different costumes, things like that, which, Marvel Legends does some of that. I don't really collect Marvel Legends, so I'm sure they've reissued or redone characters a number of times. So you bring a good point when you say that. But, like, to me, it's just, like, I guess I'm surprised personally, just like, we had Siege Optimus, then right before that we had, Combiner Wars Optimus, and after that we had Titans Return Optimus. And I'm like, come on, they're all like, it's still, G1 inspired Prime, which, just it surprised me. But I mean,
where would you like to see them go? I think I've heard rumors that maybe the next, of this trilogy is going to be maybe Beast Wars.
Well,
I know you're not a big Beast Wars stuff.
Well,
I know you're not.
I'm not a Beast Wars fan, but I feel like, like
it's
as a collector,
time for them to get something.
It's the same thing for third party. Like, I get increasingly tired when, like, like, let's just say I'm trying to think of a character on the shelf that is good. I don't know. Let's take Trailbreaker for instance. You got Trailbreaker comes out. You got like 4 different versions of it, and then it's like right down the road. Like, maybe you have like one that's really good, and someone else like, hey, we're doing a Trailbreaker. I'm like, come on, like. It's different because they're different companies, but at the same time, it almost feels that way. It's like, God damn it, Hasbro! Like, so now this has to be like, this is my definitive like G1 Prime. Like, I just got this Siege one and was okay with how he looked, because like he wasn't quite G1, but good enough. And then
that's a good point. With third party making so many like Trailbreakers and Springers, like there's not really a ton you could do to make it different. There's bits and pieces different, from Springers and Trailbreakers, but there's not really a lot you can change about that character to make it say, well, here, you should buy mine instead of that one.
Yeah. And like when I guess like to go back to your question, like with Beast Wars, like I feel like if I was like a mainline collector, like I feel like breaking up the G1 Optimus Prime with some Beast Wars, like hell yeah, I'd be more interested in that. Or like, reimagining any of your other series, like reimagining, animated, the Armada stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like you could do a modern Armada Prime that like transforms without the stupid trailer gimmick.
Armada.
They are throwing in, Armada now. They're throwing in some other. I'm sure they'll start throwing in Cybertron. They've already done the Cybertron Prime and everything.
Yeah, sure.
So they're sprinkling a little bit of newer lines. I would love a whole new Prime line or animated line. I think that'd be really cool. A better articulation, better paint and everything.
But there's
I'm hoping they go towards that route.
There's like a disconnect between the movies, like the Bumblebee movies, right? Like when Bayverse came out, it was, even though some people didn't like the aesthetic or the movies, there was like a unified aesthetic between the movies, the fiction, and the toys being produced, and then they'd have different lines. Like a few years of, every movie came out, there'd be another line of stuff, but even other stuff that wasn't in the movies, they were pushing an aesthetic, but it was tied to many different.
Oh, you're talking about characters that weren't in the movie; they're just putting out toys and stuff.
Yeah, but it was okay. You have a connection to this movie, to this fiction, and then they're pumping out toys that are in that aesthetic and following the story, and you have the characters.
Some were in the comics too. I think a lot of them in the comics too.
But now there's a disconnect.
You could even argue that Hasbro did that for years with like Generations and Hunt for the Decepticons and all that. Like you were getting all these. Stemming from the classics line, you were getting your wheel jacks and your tracks and stuff like that in, that classics format, basically, under a different label, but still like fit in aesthetically with what you started with, like they weren't reissuing and Optimus Prime every single time.
Robert, they do have a Siege straight to Netflix coming out, so that's going to tie in and maybe give us some fiction.
But that's okay. But that's like a big fail. Because the fiction hasn't come out yet, and they're already moving on to a new line.
Well, they've done it. They did that with the Combiner Wars and the Palette of the Primes, which it was different.
Combiner Wars was easily accessible, and it wasn't the best.
Well, I mean, the way they did it, the Machinima stuff wasn't really. They didn't really promote it well at all, and they didn't give it a format. Yeah, they didn't give it a format to for people to really. Because I remember people asking like, "How can I watch this?" And people are like, I don't know, you can, go to this thing or whatever. So I think going to Netflix is going to help it a lot.
It's too late.
And it is like, I mean, not
You're not
really.
going to be able to go to Target and buy a Siege figure necessarily next year. Well, maybe if it's sitting on the peg, but
I mean, that's true. That's true.
they're going to have a new line.
I understand that. Yeah.
So like what's weird is the cash cow is the movies, the blockbuster
you're right.
movies. So why isn't there a Bumblebee movie line? You know?
I mean, it kind of is in the studio series stuff.
Yeah, the studio series gave us a bunch of the.
You know,
they
it's
haven't
funny
given
though.
us a Blitzwing yet, but they did
The
give us
the studio series kind of reminds me of like what Generations used to be like. You know?
Mm-hmm.
The studio series is a lot better. Like I'm
not saying it's good, but I just mean it's not. It's kind of just like, oh, here's this and here's that. We improved this. We're re-releasing this. It's kind of like Generations, you know. But
that's true. Yeah, they're doing that. Yes.
But I mean, like, it's just weird. It's like, listen, why don't you have a combined, multi-front, market where you've got your blockbuster movie coming out, and then you've got this year's Transformers line is all based around this aesthetic and storyline, fiction, and it's all these characters and characters that weren't in the movie and characters you wanted to see in the movie, and there's a comic in case you want to read more stories linked to it.
That's true. I mean, Marvel does that. I'm sure Star Wars does that with their
Transformers did that.
Like the reason we love these characters is because back when we were little, there was a cartoon on that was a, toy of the week commercial, basically.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get a lot of depth on a lot of these characters for quite a while, and but we love them. I'm sure that Hoist was in one episode, and someone probably is like, I fucking love Hoist. I saw him and I got that toy and it was my favorite toy as a kid. Hoist is my favorite character.
You're spot on with that. We need a fiction for it.
And then the final nail in the coffin was the movie. It culminated into the several years of the cartoon, and then you have the movie where you saw characters you recognized that got killed, whatever. They were still in the story.
You were introduced to other new characters.
Yeah, it was all tied together.
Made you want to go. Once I saw that, I was like, I gotta go get a Galvatron. So I had to go get a Cyclonus.
Why the fuck do you do Siege? Talk about a fiction coming out, and then before that fiction comes out, you do a Bumblebee movie that is a really cool aesthetic, and you're gonna have more movies in that universe, right? But don't tie the toys to that. Instead, have this fiction that doesn't come out until the line's done. You're coming out with a new line. The fiction from last year's line now comes out, so you're selling people on these characters that now you're not even pushing anymore. So how are you gonna generate any interest? There's no cohesiveness.
Yeah. No, I agree. Hasbro is not. Hasbro has just been terrible at basically aligning fiction to toys. They really have been.
They did it with Bayverse, though. Isn't that funny? They did it with Bayverse. It's really.
They released. Yeah, once they released a movie, the toys were right out. Or they came out a little bit before the movie, the first wave. And then you just got sprinkled in other ways and everything. So I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing.
They did it with Prime. I remember watching episodes of Prime oh my god, I can't wait till the Wheeljack comes out. Wow, Ultra Magnus is oh man. I think Ultra Magnus toy came out before he was in the show. I was like, I hope he's in the show.
They did it with animated too.
We didn't even get Prime figures until till the second season, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it was 3 seasons.
No, we got them in the first season. We got toys in the first season.
I think you just had the first run.
Was it just the first editions?
Yeah, those didn't hit till Christmas.
Oh, I thought they got those. I remember animated was they introduced the toys and then the cartoon came out around that time. I think. I may be wrong on that, but I think they came out around the same time. But I wish they would put some fiction behind this because the toys are really good.
And I like how they
did if they did a fiction on it.
Function.
I think that would help with the toy sales. Because kids would watch and be like, "Oh, I gotta go get Prime. I gotta go get Grapple. I gotta go, whatever."
And what was cool?
That's a good point.
Like with Prime and Cyberverse, right? With the Bayverse stuff, you would have. The regular scale with Deluxe and Voyager and Leader, but then the Legends was just like, hey, here's a bunch of these characters little, you can get 2 Primes because one's the Voyager, one's the Legends, and it was just different.
Yeah.
It was different than it is now. Now it's kind of hodgepodge. There's no cohesiveness.
And like, I don't think that the straight to goddamn, I cannot talk tonight. I do not think that the straight to Netflix model is a bad thing. You know, like, I can tell you, like, when that Voltron Legendary Defenders came out, I was like, hell yeah, like, I was all into Voltron, you know? And then, you know, there was toys in the store. Like, you can have great shows show up on Netflix, but, like, the thing is like, when, like, like Titans Return and things like that, like, these stupid little machinima things, just, like, they always just felt like low budget, cheap, like, lack of production, you know?
Yeah,
like,
they were like 7 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's like
accessible.
the whole series is like 45 minutes long, right? You know, like,
yeah,
all of it.
3 seasons or 45 minutes.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, like that kind of stuff. You're just like, really? Like, that's the route that you decided to go? Like, I don't know. Like,
and Robert said the biggest point was the access, you know, to access it was, you know, hard. And everything. So I think that was a really...
But the thing is like, if the machinimas were good, more people would have found out how to access it. If people cared about the franchise, were looking for it. You know, like, I could access it. I'm a Transformers fan. Like, I couldn't be bothered to watch more than the first one. I'm like, nope, not for me. You know? Yeah, so, like, you know, like, a lot of it is, like whoever makes the fiction needs to love what they're working on. You know, like, whoever did Voltron Legendary Defender was a huge fan of the original Voltron. You know, like, they very much presented it in a way that, you know, it was a very enjoyable show to watch.
Well, I think I have to disagree on you with about the toys, because I think the people that are making these toys love Transformers, because they're really, you know, a step up from what they've been making. But
I would agree with that. I don't necessarily think that you're wrong, Matt, but you need the fiction to support it.
Oh yeah.
Whoever in the chain of command is in charge of unifying everything is really fucking it up.
Yeah.
You know, they do not understand the heart of the collector, and you know they're
and the heart of Transformers. I mean, just like you said, you need the fiction to back this up, because I mean, it doesn't hurt it, but it makes it a lot better.
No, it helps it. Like with the timing, like Greg mentioned, right? The first edition toys didn't come out till December. By that point, the story was good. People were in, and they were salivating for it.
For that stuff.
They hit. You know, like look what Voltron did. Voltron was animated. Sure, they had 3D stuff thrown in there, but it was like a callback to anime. And like, can you imagine if they did a Transformers thing that wasn't like, because they did like, you know, they did CGI stuff, they did computer generated animation for the machinima stuff, and I guess because of that, it was prohibitive, the cost, so they kept it short. Why don't you just fucking draw the stuff, man?
Even the drawing stuff, it can all be done by computers now to save time and animation effort. But, like, the fact of the matter is, like, if you're not going to devote any of your time into it, like, how can you, you know, I mean, obviously you devoted some time, but, like, how can you expect fans to put any time into watching it or caring about it? Like,
you know... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you're gonna have 7-minute shorts, because that's what they are, shorts. You gotta post them everywhere. If you want to watch a YouTube video on life hacks, you're stuck watching a 7-minute Transformers short first. You know, they gotta throw it for free in everyone's face.
Yeah.
You know what would help? I think, you know, also just talking about Transformers, man, if G.I. Joe did a straight to Netflix cartoon, I think that could bring back the brand. I think it's He-Man coming out. I think they have one for He-Man coming up, right? I think that's going to help He-Man a lot.
Yeah.
I think if G.I. Joe really wanted to make a comeback, put out a straight to Netflix cartoon, you know, season 1, 2, 3 seasons, and I think it would help G.I. Joe to come back.
Yeah. So and the biggest thing, and like, I'm sure that the fans and you guys are probably all tired of hearing it, but like, I always reference Transformers Animated, and the fact that like Derek J. Wyatt like loved G1, and like all those, like, it's its own unique story. It's not G1, but there's so many like little winks and nods to G1 along the way that you're like, okay, you know, like, this is someone who cares about the property. He cares about the characters, you know, like, I saw a picture on Twitter or on Instagram he posted with like was like an animated version of like Lifeline from G.I. Joe. I'm like, oh my god, if someone like who cared about this property did something like that, like I'd be all in on it, you know? So yeah, that's the big thing, is the fiction needs to be done by people who care. Too often it's not.
Definitely.
Management, right, has to be able to orchestrate the production and the distribution, the market. Somebody, I don't know who in a corporate structure is in charge of orchestrating when the fiction. Okay, they've got somebody has to oversee and approve how the fiction's done, how the media is done, how the story is done, approve it, and then when it's released, and then the toy line, and when that's released, someone's got to orchestrate that, and they're not. They just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know what position that would be in a corporation.
Like a lot of times I think I would love to be like inside the corporation, because I feel like there are a lot of people who obviously are working there. They're passionate about the stuff. But like how many of them are stifled by like, they're like, well, that costs too much to take this out, take that out. Like it'd be interesting to see like free reign. Here's a Transformers mold that's not from actual Hasbro Takara people, that's not impacted by the dollar, you know, like the bottom line there. Cause like, you know, like there's like the waffles and all that stuff in the toy, like it's saving them pennies for every one that they make. And, you know, in the end that adds up to hundreds of thousands and everything like that. And that's good for your bottom line. But like, does it look good? Like, you know, like things like that. But like the people making the money don't really care about that. So it'd be interesting to see what what things would be like if there weren't the need for appeasing the corporate overlords, basically. I'd just be interested to know.
All right, next up, Statuish News. Forever Dark of the Moon Shockwave.
You know, it looks nice, but it just kind of shows me how generic the character kind of feels to me. I'm like, it just looks like when I first opened it, I'm like, oh look, it's a group of Viacons, you know, in like movie form. So
yeah, but
why the 35 photos?
I'm gonna need you to not talk like that anymore.
This thing is beautiful. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks really good.
It has taken me.
God.
When did I drag you to see Transformers? The one with Shockwave in it. 6 years ago? 7 years ago?
The one that came out, the third one?
He's got some stumpy arms, though. What's up with that?
Well, he's got a blaster that turns in. He's got a blaster.
Yeah,
he don't have hands.
It's short.
Hold on 1 second. Let me mute real quick.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Matthew. That attaches to the stump.
Yeah, he's got it. God, that fucking blaster is huge. Look at he's got a small hand or something.
It's funny though. Justin's right. Having them all stand next to each other, you see Viacon.
Yeah,
it's the whole one-eyed thing and all that stuff.
But God, the prime Viacons. That's when I would go hunting. I would just go to every pharmacy I could find to try to grab Viacon.
I remember people trying to fucking troop build those things. Yeah. Man. I got a couple of them.
I had at least 10, I think.
Yeah, I've seen people who had like, I want to say like 50. Like it was kind of insane.
I've seen people. I've seen pictures of that. But God, this fucking Shockwave. I know. I mean, if you may not, you know, some people don't like the design, or whatever. But oh my God,
Justin, which Viacon did you like more, the first edition or the RID? Was it RID?
Yeah, I think
they had the other ones too. They had the white one and they had the flying one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think like aesthetically, I like the first edition, but I think it was the follow up one that was just more fun because you could just like flip it back and forth more easily.
Yeah, man, those were hard to find. The RID ones, the one, not the first edition one. Well, the first edition one was hard to find, but those other ones, I found them one time, and I only found one. I had to order one online. But
what about the white one?
Yeah, the white one. Well, that was the car one. You had the white one and the purple flying one also.
Yeah, I never had either of the flying ones.
I have those.
They were the last wave, so they ended up at like discount stores. The first time I ever went to an Ollie's, I went looking for them. I had a cart full of Viacons and arachnids.
Arachnid.
Would you like the? Would you do the MP Grimlock? Was you doing the MP Grimlock thing?
I don't think they have those. They had those.
You remember the MP Grimlock?
That arachnid jumped the shark. That was.
You mean where your boy was going around all those places? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's my boy. He's a good guy. 8 toes?
Yeah, this isn't even like this. I was selling them at cost in the cafe, but.
Oh, was you? Well,
yeah, I was
right.
saying today I was telling Justin L that I should have sat on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Made tens of dollars from that trip.
I'm gonna sit on that Unicron. I'll tell you that. Literally, I'm gonna put it in my chair and boost myself.
Is it gonna be a booster chair?
Stand in the box. Stand in the box.
What I was gonna say, and I asked Kik, she's happened to walk in the room because that was the first Transformers movie we saw together. It's taken me that long, but this design of Shockwave's actually grown on me. Like, I kind of like it.
Oh, I'm excited for the studio series Shockwave coming out. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to oversize, knock it off.
Oh yeah, I bet you can. But this fucking forever, whatever. God, forever, ever.
Man, I'm telling you,
well, it's got to be in scale and got to be worth my $50.
Oversized knockoffs are. I mean, Zeta's might have opened Pandora's box. I think as a community, people, I got to calm down with entertaining purchasing KOs, because if Hasbro, if you really wake that bear, it's not just going to be KOs they come after. They're going to try to shut everyone down.
That's fine with me.
So.
Well, I made that point. I made that point. What if that third-party company is in that knockoff factory, and making stuff, and they shut down that knockoff factory? They're going to shut down the third-party factory also.
Where's Make Toys now, huh?
So I mean, yeah, you keep poking the bear, he's going to wake up.
Greg doesn't like KOs. He's just trying to shut down third party because he's a car lover.
I'll get the KO Bayformer Decepticons because they are bigger and better painted.
I bet you like them bigger, don't you?
But I wouldn't normally I wouldn't advocate buying a knockoff of like MP44. But,
all right, want to do some listener questions?
Not really.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, let's jump right into that.
I can do one, but...
All right, Matt, go ahead. Or you want me to read it, Matt?
You can read it if you want.
Dear SCU crew, personal preference only, so not based on ticket sales or Oscar nominations or anything like that. But what is each member of the crew's favorite Pixar movie? Has Pixar ever won an Oscar?
I don't know offhand. I don't know.
Has Oscar ever won a Pixar?
What are the various Pixar movies? Because I muddle them all up.
You got Finding Dory. You got the Toy Stories, Cars. Oh. My favorite, I was going to go off, I love WALL-E.
Is it Disney Pixar WALL-E. Now or no?
Yeah. Oh, shit. I think Disney's always owned Pixar.
So Moana, is that Pixar?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's straight Disney, I think.
What?
I mean, you got the Incredibles are on there, Bugs Life, but like I said, WALL-E is one of my favorite. I've always loved WALL-E. I think it's a good movie.
So
here he goes.
Let's see. I pulled up the list of Pixar movies. God damn, this is a big ass list.
Too. I got a list too.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to Wikipedia. Maybe it's more organized. So, Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo's, Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, Brave, Monsters University, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Cars 3, Coco, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, and upcoming films Onward and Soul. So Moana is not among the Pixar movies.
All right, so I'm just going to throw my hat in the ring and say Coco. You ever see Coco?
With marshmallows?
No, it was about like Dia de Muertos, whatever. And
I saw it.
I haven't seen it, but no.
I saw it, but I thought that The Book of Life did it first and better.
See, yeah, I think Coco was better, but I appreciate your opinion. You just like Mumford and Sons, that's why you.
Well, you like Greg. What's your favorite?
I think the only one of this list the only ones I've seen is Toy Story, Monsters Inc., The Incredibles.
So basically all of them.
I hear that's about it. And Finding Dory.
You've never seen WALL-E?
No.
Wow.
WALL-E's pretty good.
Shut the
WALL-E's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I don't have
it's
kids.
a spaceship full
Wally.
of Transformers collectors.
You don't have to have kids to watch it. Did you watch
This is
Star
true.
Trek?
If nothing more, you should go and watch Wally to see all the Transformers collectors. Hey, where do you think Transformers collectors will be in 5 years? Wally.
It's the people on the ship. You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my crew right there.
It's a good movie. I think my personal favorite.
Brave.
I like Inside Out. That's my favorite movie of theirs that they've made.
I like Finding Nemo too. I think Finding Nemo is one of my second favorite one.
So, Greg, what was your favorite out of the ones you've seen?
Oh, that ship's already sailed.
Toy Story.
Let's just say Toy Story because Greg likes toys.
That's a good movie too.
Which is the one?
He
Yeah,
has a
Toy
Woody.
Story's the one with that's the one with the neighbor kid who makes the doll head thing, right?
Correct.
That's the first one. Yeah, probably that one, or maybe The Incredibles. I like superheroes.
Oh, nice. Incredibles. Pretty good.
Spoiler for you, Greg. By the third movie, the neighbor kid is just a trash man.
Trash man.
Oh, that was the trash man? Was the neighbor kid?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Well,
know
thanks. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Oh, I've seen Cars. I've seen Cars as well.
Yeah, Cars is pretty good. I like Cars too. But I love Wally.
All right. Should we read another one or no?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I guess then.
Okay, let's just read this one because it's Justin's favorite non-existent third-party company. I mean, character. Do you think, dear SCU crew, do you think with Hasbro officially doing a run-amok for the fans that it might be a good time for a third-party company to ride that hype and fill a gap while the characters in the current spotlight? I'm not a G1 collector, but I hope for the best. I hope for the best for you guys to fill out your collection to completion. Love the show, Tyler G. I mean, I'll throw my in 2 cents real quick. I think the shit that happened with Zeta is gonna give pause to any third-party company even teasing a figure that Hasbro is releasing at the same time.
No,
I don't want to run amok. I want to run about.
Can I just point out that I love things to completion?
Sure. You can definitely point it out.
Justin?
No, I agree with you. Goddamn phone.
What did you call me?
I said my
Called you
goddamn
a
phone.
Punk. Called you a punk ass. Bitch.
No, I said I agreed with you, Robert.
Speaking of goddamn phones, Bobby bought like the new iPhone 50,000 for like.
Of course he did.
For like $1,500, and it doesn't work. They're always teasing me that I use Droid, and I'm like, "Did you enter your Apple ID? Did you contact Apple Care? Did you shove it up your ass?
Apple Care.
Did you push the one button on the phone? Did you push the button to see if it works? Did you push the button again?
Circle?
Do they still have that button on the phone? They might have
They got rid of the circle, didn't they? I don't know.
I have no clue.
I got one. I got an iPhone 3 or something, or 4, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. No, it was a long time ago, and I was like, I gave it to my wife. I'm like, yeah, you can have this shit. I don't want an iPhone ever again.
Dude, with all these toys you're buying, your wife still got an iPhone 4. You bastard.
Yeah, I know.
What a bastard.
What a dick. I think it'd be a good thing. I would love for third party to do a, run about and run amok. They need to do it. So, but
why though?
Because I want those.
I would like to see it. I think that they're two characters that I feel like would still sell relatively well.
Definitely.
I mean, they're G1, they are cars. I don't know. I feel like they would sell.
They were in the cartoon also. So.
Yeah. I also feel like if you made a runabout and run amok, first off, you only need engineering for one. You just need to, figure out the two different car bodies. That's really all you need to do. And
you
then
say
like
2 toys?
Yeah, and then like you with runabout and run amok, if okay, third party company, listen close. You just need to remold the outer panels, and you can go ahead and turn them into all the what the hell are they? The gold bug and stuff.
The jump starters.
No, not jump starters.
No,
I can't remember their names.
Throttlebots,
yes.
There
Like you
go.
you could go ahead and like knock out like 3 of the 5 Throttlebots using that mold, like remolded a little, because once again, Throttlebots all transform the same way. So just remold the outer shells.
We need the jump starters. We need Twin Twist and another one.
Still hanging on to my old MMC set. So
Was it MMC? I thought it was Unique Toys. No,
It was Mecha.
Mech Ideas. That's right.
Mech Ideas. Oh,
They eventually folded into MMC, I believe.
We also need the Omnibots. I think that'd be pretty cool to make. And we need other stuff. Anyways. All right.
Tyler's PMing me.
Which Tyler?
Tyler F. We're recording this show. Do you have a question for Matthew?
I think we've done enough. It's good enough, folks.
I think a third party needs to make that mail away G.I. Joe figure, the one that was supposed to be you. Like they'd fill your name in on the form, and he was just the generic guy in the silver armor.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should make that as part of the Transformers line.
I don't remember.
They actually, the one of the more recent G.I. Joe lines actually remade that character. Doesn't have the gold mask, but he, I have him. It's awesome.
Was it gold or was it? I thought it was silver.
So there was a couple different variations. Apparently, I found out about this later. They did the promotion a few different times, and yeah, there were different versions of that character depending on which promotion you went in on. Let me see. There was actually a Cobra one too, and I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I think a sketchy third-party company or sketchy KO company needs to make some of that makeup that used to come with G.I. Joe figures too. For adult.
I have a question from Tyler F.
Oh, this will be good.
Here, Greg, I'm gonna send you this real quick in the chat. It's on eBay here. I'll send it to G3 here. Whoops.
I got them all open, baby.
G3.
Hopefully that works.
All right, we gotta go.
Wait, we have a question for you, Matthew, from Tyler F.
Oh God.
He wants to know what gives you the worst guest ever.
I have no idea, man. Raisin Bran?
Raisin Bran gives you the worst gas?
That's pretty bad. Sorry, that's about it.
Okay, Raisin Bran. I think we knew the answer to that question. All right, shitty question.
Thank you for asking that question, but
Bye, Mart, huh?
Shardouts to Cool Table Network, ROC, Edges Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, 8 Weeks.
And my personal favorite, the well-established gentleman's show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. The sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it down.
Shut the fuck